Hello and welcome to UnJustified, where we always cover the truth, the facts, the good, the bad, the ugly, on an unbiased and sometimes very unpopular opinion. And seems like I must have had an unpopular opinion in the last video I uploaded, which was the one about talking about Sherilyn Cadle and the new information that she has talked about that Chris and her discussed and through the letters that she is putting into her new book, and the information about Nicole getting attorneys and all that. That was the very last video. Well, the comments kind of blew up, and I'm going to say 80% of the comments believed that it was something that I was very 50-50 on, and was what the officer said to Officer Lyons about he's going to stand there and wait till he comes out. Well, many people believe that this officer was talking about Dieter. And I also originally thought that myself. However, I don't know. I think maybe it wasn't about Dieter, but I'm not sure. So what we're going to do is we are going to watch that video. I do have the whole clip, but it's like an hour long, so I'm not going to play it all. But I am going to play it from beginning until the point where they do leave with Dieter, and then we're going to talk about it for a moment and discuss it. Now, the officer actually makes this comment like only a minute into this video, like a minute 20 seconds into the video. So I want you to listen to him very closely. I want you to pay attention to all the police presence around, and I also want you to listen to what the officers are saying and why they are there to begin with. They're not saying there that they are all there because of Dieter. Obviously, why would the whole neighborhood be swarming with police officers and their lights on and the news crews there just because somebody's coming to pick up Dieter? That really wouldn't happen. So I'm fixing to play the clip. Pay very close attention to what the officers are saying to each other at all times, and then we'll talk about it for a second, and I want you to decide. And if you still think that what he says is pertaining to Dieter, then okay, that's great. That is your opinion, and mine's right in the middle. It's kind of 50-50. I'm not sure. But yeah, so let's watch that clip together. I'm not going to talk through it because it's very important that you hear everything being done in the background with the officers. And do keep in mind this was done on 8/16. This was the day or the night after Chris was arrested. He was arrested at 11:30 p.m. on the 15th. So this was the next night. So Chris was not home. Chris was in jail. He had been in jail for like a day. Obviously, the murders had already happened. Even the recovery had already happened. So just listen very closely to the officers talking amongst each other.
Dog's taken care of.
At least I can tell them.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
over there. I know. I want to see you bring him out, so I'm going to root, hoot, and holler. Trust me, I know he's going to.
How do you spend 7? Into watch, you put Hudson 251 on call until 700. 22 minutes. What is it? What is it?
94 for me.
94, that's the firm. Sir, can you tell me who the point of contact is? Supervisor Wise to the Saratoga Hall. We haven't updated the call at Saratoga Trail. I just need to know who the point of contact is or supervisor. We have a update in the call.
Anything 76.
And then there's a couple of updates reference certain media outlets, but the last one is the one that probably needs to be taken care of first. Dispatch 737, suspicious activity. Heard an car with Colorado 442 Sam motion. And repeat the location one more time, please. Prairie Ridge Park. Anything wrong?
That's probably best.
Huh?
It's probably best.
No, I promise.
Dispatch fire station 737. Suspicious activity. Station 737. Hardy Park. I'll get you put here in a second. 1935. Monthly will not be attention. One on angle, I'm just advising my medical head at 204 is Nancy Street, 204. Nancy Street for a 34-year-old.
Stop right there. Do not pull into the driveway. Okay, I need you to park over there. We will have the dog brought out to you. Verdict 975 989. Folks are here to pick up the dog.
Okay. I'm gonna try to catch her first. Just keep her outside.
Copy. So it's going to be a few minutes. They're trying to catch that dog. So.
And what about, like, I mean, is it possible to get, like, food and all that good stuff? I know.
Probably not. I mean, no, it's not going to happen. I can't.
If possible, he has a black blanket that's usually on the couch.
He's being really uncooperative. So we're going to be lucky to get him in the kennel and out the door at this point. So I know that's not the best news, but for right now, we can at least get him out. Meanwhile, just stay here. Like I stopped you guys. Can't have anybody going past the property line, so just hang. We'll get him to you, okay?
Firestone 737, can you add a plate to my call? Nathan, go ahead. It's going to be a color with temp tag 109889. It should come back to a red Mustang. Thank you for your Dispatch, 987. 987. Yeah, Door on building to the south. No need for a glitch out. 10-40. Thank you, for information. We have fire rescue at 6506 Telluride Street for a party that's incoherent. Hit to their stomach at 2241. Fish, 10679. Chicken on 679. 679, we found another unlocked door set up an alarm. I copy June 245.
Dispatch for kennel
2071.
on scene. Can you pull my GPS coordinates and add it to the call, please?
I copy. Dispatch 10378. Chicken on 678. 379 will be entering the east garage to clear it.
She's right there. This vehicle right here.
Drum on top.
They were asking about food. I told them I didn't know if that was a possibility or not. Back up for me. Yep.
I got food. I got dog food.
I don't know if it was accessible in there or not.
Let me go, Rick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll give free dog food at my house on the way out.
What's that?
You don't have to.
They
get
were
the dog
asking.
food from inside. I'll give them the rest of my bag.
He's gonna go look. It's fine.
I got blue. I got the rest of the dog bag. I got 2 bags.
They don't have none. I got some. Can I go talk to them? Ma'am? Can I talk to them?
As long as you stay on this side of the line.
That's fine.
You guys in this circumstance, but they got it taken care of. They got it taken care of.
We have an urban farm.
They got it taken care of. But I will tell her parents tomorrow. I will tell her parents tomorrow that you guys have the dog and you guys will take care of, that part of it. And I'm sure they'll be flying out tomorrow or something. So
Obviously, I mean, I think we have proof that they need to film.
yeah, I told them the same thing. They'll probably come. Honest truth, they'll probably come stay with me.
There's the dog food. That's a huge help. That's all I needed, the dog with diarrhea for the front
Thank
food.
you guys for taking care of
Thank
this
you so
part of it
much,
and
guys.
giving at least one of us the dog.
Are we good to go? Do you guys need anything from us?
I think we're good, right, Sarge? We're good. Appreciate it, guys.
That's awesome.
All good. Good?
Yep. Good.
See you guys later, man.
So yeah, I'll talk to them and let them know what's going on. Obviously, I'm not going to call them right now.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
But I'm guessing sometime tomorrow they'll get in touch with me and ask me what's going on because they have no idea from there. I've been their contact since this whole thing started.
we'll be home all day tomorrow. There's no way.
I can't believe that the wind don't go by came back and I was standing out here. I was standing out here when he came home and let everybody in the house. In my video, right there.
That's good that you have that.
And listen to this. I don't know if you believe whatever, but his camera was facing this way, and I was like, no, I want it much of a straighter. So he readjusted it. So oh, really? When we loaded it, now it goes. Alright guys, before you get out of here, I'd say
Okay, I'm going to stop the video right there. There's still another 30 minutes left of it. And then even when they turn it off, they're still there stalking out the house. So, yeah, they were called there on a call of suspicious activity going on or around the house or whatever. I'm assuming it was Nate that called them, because when the camera first came on, it was Nate they was talking to, and then Nate goes over and talks to the Thayers and all such as that. But here's what I want to point out. And there was actually a comment about this. Somebody was like saying that it was definitely about Dieter because the Thayers were sitting there waiting on him, but that's not so, and that's why I wanted to show this video without me talking through it. As you saw, the Thayers didn't even pull up till like 10 minutes or longer after the officer had made the statement. Exactly what he says was, "I'm going to see you bring him out because I'm going to root and toot and holler because I know he is in there." Okay, maybe he was talking about Dieter. However, I didn't get that feeling because there was heavy police presence there, as well as news crews and spotlights and everything surrounding the house had been called there on suspicious activity. 10 minutes or so later, the Thayers pull up and she freaks out and she's like, "Don't pull into the driveway. Don't pull up any farther, you know." So that tells me that maybe she didn't even know they were coming, or even if she did, they definitely was not there when the guy said that. Okay, another thing is when the Thayers got there, you know, and they told her they were there to get the dog, she calls inside and said there is some folks here to pick up the dog. They come back to her and say, "Oh, okay, well, we'll have to catch him." And it takes them another good 10 minutes to catch him. So, obviously they weren't trying to catch him beforehand, or they would have already had him ready when they got there. And maybe sitting out on the porch in his kennel or whatever, just waiting on him to pull up, right? I mean, that's the way I see it. I could be completely wrong. Could be all about Dieter. You know, but if it is, Dieter's a very popular guy to have all the spotlights and carloads of officers, and one outside stalking the home and several inside, and he got a call for suspicious activity. I just don't know. The whole, "I know he's in there." Well, why would he even say that about the dog? We know the dog's in the house. Of course he is. And I didn't hear nobody rooting, tooting, and hollering when they brought Dieter out. You know, there was people offering to give him dog food and, you know, such as that, but it seems like whichever officer that was that said that to Officer Lyons, if he had been talking about Dieter, it looks like he would have came up to Officer Lyons and said, "I told you I was going to root and toot and holler," you know, but didn't hear nothing like that. Now, maybe it was about Dieter, but what if it wasn't? What if they was assuming it was somebody else in that house? And there's a couple of people that said, "Well, was Chris's dad still in town then?" Well, I'm not sure, but I am going to check that. Because I know on the 15th, when Chris was arrested, they took him to a hotel. So I think it's possible that maybe his dad wasn't there then, but, you know, I'll check on that and I will sure let you know. Don't know. So now, do you think it was still all about Dieter and why all that was happening and the guy was so anxious to see them bring him out? Or Do you think it could have had something to do with the guy was talking about? Could have possibly been something about the suspicious activity they was called out there about in the first place. Because it does make one wonder. And I'm not going to kid you, the very first time I heard it, I kind of just didn't really pay attention to everything else, and I thought, yeah, it was about Dieter too, but after I thought about it, I just don't know, because it took them a good, like I say, 10 minutes to catch him after they were told inside that there was some folks there to pick up the dog. And if they were talking about the dog, why wouldn't they have already had him out, on the porch in the kennel, waiting on them to get there to pick him up? It just makes me feel like it wasn't about the dog. It's someone else they thought could have been in the house. I mean, we'll really never know the answer to that, I don't believe. But it does make one wonder, doesn't it? It really does make you wonder. And again, we do all love Dieter. He is the sweetest. And I thank God that he has a good home now. And I hope he's been able to maybe forget whatever it was he saw. Even they playing videos of the kids, because he did love those babies so much, and Shanann. He loved his family. Bless him. Alright guys, I just wanted to make this video because the comments were plentiful and I really couldn't answer them just by typing. I thought it was important talking about it, and why I was like, who is he? So, okay, you can go ahead and give me your opinions now. Please don't be hateful. If you can't say nothing nice, just, don't say it. Really. You can give me your opinion. No, I still think it was Dieter, really, I do. Or no, maybe it wasn't Dieter. Whatever, but don't be like, oh my God, really? No, don't be hateful. There's really no reason to do that. I just try to point out things that I find interesting, and, there's no reason to be hateful. Okay, guys, sorry about the extra video, but, if you hadn't saw this footage, it's probably pretty interesting to you, and I didn't play it all. There's another 30 minutes, and it's pretty much more of the same. They're just standing there watching the house, and a reporter comes up and asks her something, and she's like, no, she has no information right now. That's really about it. And then when it goes off, they're still watching the house. So, yeah, and they are still there for at least 30 minutes or more after Dieter is already gone. And not another word is said about Dieter either. So, okay, guys, have a great day, night, evening, wherever you may be. This is UnJustified.